welcome to another edition of the Retail Sales Motivation Podcast. I'm your host and sales coach, Baraka, and this weekly podcast is for all of you retail sales warriors out there working hard to turn every interaction into a sweet payday. So I apologize. It has been 2 weeks since we last spoke, and that is entirely on me. As a new GM, I am still, trying to not only make sure that my store is successful, but that my assistant managers, my sales managers, my leadership team, that they are being prepared for the next role, right? I'm trying to develop leaders, and so it is requiring more of my time, even if I'm not physically in the store, which I've been physically in the store a lot more than I probably expected. But even when I'm not in the store, mentally, I'm in the store. You know what I mean? And I guess maybe you have felt the same way sometimes that, it's hard to turn off, especially when things are really rocking and rolling, and you're getting a lot of momentum going. It's hard to just shut down, right? It seems like customers are always finding you and calling you or emailing you or texting you when you're not in your store, and it's hard to not be immediately available, right? You kind of feel like you're going to lose out on the sale if you don't, pick up that phone or respond immediately, right? And so that's, I guess, something that you would understand what I'm going through. So the last 2 weeks, I have been working longer hours and been trying to give my leadership team, when they're needing time off, give them that time off. And I might just, take the hit and work longer. And also there are times when, I'm just in the business, a whole lot longer than I thought I would be. And so normally I record these podcasts on my 2 days off. And my 2 days off, it seems like a lot more has been crammed into my 2 days off than it used to. And yeah, so I apologize that I had to make a decision for the last 2 weeks that the podcast was the thing that was going to have to wait while I got things organized. So I apologize to you. I did not intend on ignoring you or making you feel some kind of way. So if I did, I'm so sorry. I missed you too, believe me. It killed me every weekend. And for me, my weekends are Sundays and Mondays. And normally I record these on Monday. And so it's killed me the last 2 Mondays to not be on the mic talking with you guys. So, hey, glad to see you or hear you, or actually, I don't hear you either. I haven't had any listener mail for the last week. So I guess I miss hearing from you. Okay. Today I wanted to discuss clienteling with you. And I know that we've discussed clienteling before. And for those who are new and didn't hear those prior episodes, clienteling, the way that I'm using the word, is really about ways that you are building and continuing a relationship with your customer such that they are open to you reaching out to them when they're not in the store, and you finding ways to, through conversation, bring them back to the store to buy. And that is something that if you are in retail, you probably have not been trained on how to do it. And hey, if your store has a program, a system, a process for clienteling that does make that easier for you, that's phenomenal, right? That is just absolutely incredible, and you should go up to your sales manager and give them a hug, HR appropriate hug. Or at least a pound or something, a fist bump, something, right? But it's something that for most retailers, retail salespeople, you're not trained on. You're basically trained to, work with the customer who comes through the door. And I want to talk with you today about how to clientele effectively. And this came from conversations that I've been having with my team because let's be honest, if you're in retail right now, you are experiencing some headwinds. Customers are, making decisions about where they're going to spend their money. And if you're in commission retail sales, then you most likely are selling something that a customer could decide not to buy. Meaning, you're selling something that is more discretionary probably than necessary. So if you're earning commissions, then you're probably not selling groceries. You're probably not selling clothes, at least not like, jeans, t-shirts, right? You're probably selling things like, for me, furniture or cars or jewelry or luxury goods. And so if you are selling clothes, you're probably selling more high-end boutique style clothing. And so, yeah, it's tough out there. You've seen it, right? Your traffic might be down, and you're getting pressure to increase your conversion, right? Which means that you're going to have to get better at selling, and increase your average ticket, right? You got to again get better at selling, and so clienteling can be a big help to you if you learn how to do it, because what that does is the clienteling, it increases your traffic. We have in retail basically the three ways that you increase your sales, right? You either increase the number of people you sell to, or you increase the amount that you sell to those people, or you increase the frequency of the sale to those people. Okay. And clienteling, it can do the first thing and the third thing. If you do it well, it will increase the number of people you are selling to. Okay. So it's going to increase your traffic, and it's going to do the third thing. It's going to increase the frequency with which you sell to those people, right? So, for example, clienteling is, hey, you work with a customer and they leave the store. Either they have purchased, or you gave them a quote of some kind, or even if it's just your business card. And now you're reaching out to them in order to get them back into your store. If they did not buy, right, then you're reaching out to them to get them to come back in and buy. That's pretty simple. And if they did buy, now you're reaching out to them to get them to come back into the store to buy more. So let's get into it. How do you do that, Baraka? All right. First of all, there is no magic bullet. All right. There are no magic words. There's no superscript that you can use that's going to, solve this dilemma of getting this person back in the store. But there are some keys that will unlock the potential for you to get them back in. the best key is making the connection personal. All right. So, and by personal, I also mean specific. Okay. If you, let's say that you are calling the customer, right? They came into the store and they purchased, I'm going to use my business, they purchased a bedroom set. Okay. And, the bedroom set is either coming or they've received it already. Doesn't matter. Your call to them, it should not be, hey, Miss Jones, this is Baraka. It's great seeing you. I'm glad you purchased that bedroom set. If you're interested, we also sell living room sets and dining room sets, and they're on sale right now. So, we'd love to see you. Why don't you come on in? And when you do, just ask for me, okay? Just ask for Baraka, and I'll take care of you. All right. Thanks, Miss Jones. Bye. That sucks, right? It's not personal. Miss Jones is sitting there thinking, like, maybe, who is this person? Baraka. Who's Baraka? Oh, right. Okay. The furniture salesperson. Okay. What is he saying? Oh, they have more furniture. Oh, he wants me to come in and spend more money. No, thank you. Bye. Right? It's a commercial. All you're doing is, that's a script, right? All you're doing is, and that probably would not be a script because that was just horrible the way I did it, right? But that's how I hear sometimes, salespeople doing it. Why? Because salespeople are nervous about it. They don't like calling. It's just, it's awkward. Okay. If you are clienteling effectively, the conversation will sound more like this. Hey, Miss Jones, it's Baraka. How's that Mayfair bedroom set working for you? I know you received it on Tuesday. Do you love it? Is it working out in the room? Please send me pictures. I'd love to see it. What color top of bed did you decide to put on it? Oh, that's a great color. And I know that'll work really well. What kind of artwork do you have in there? Does it set it off? Does it match? Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my God. I can't wait to see your pictures. I'm sure it's wonderful. How's it sleeping for you? I bet your husband's really excited that, he's able to get a really good night's sleep in the bed, and y'all not sleeping on the floor anymore, right? I know. Listen, the reason why I'm calling, I don't have much time. I've only got a minute, but I wanted to let you know that that Mayfair bedroom set, that there is a dining room set that would look really, really good with that set in your home. It'll just provide a continuity of style that's going to really set your home apart from others. And when your guests come in, they're going to tell that you really have a great eye. It's actually in stock now. It's brand new. We just floored it today, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know, what whether you have time or anything, but I really would encourage you to come in and take a look at it. Even if you have a dining room set right now, which I know that you said that you were looking at some other places, as we didn't, at the time that you came in, we didn't have anything that really looked great with that set that met your needs. But now we do. And I really want you to take a look at it. I'm in this week, except for Thursday. And so if you have the time, I'd love to see you. Do you think that you could come in on this week and just take a peek at it? Yeah, that works. Wednesday, I'll be here. I'm here in the afternoon. Do you think you'd be able to stop in after work? Cool. I'll expect you. And, again, I just want to be able to, guide you through it and walk you through it. And I think there's some hidden features in it, and I want to make sure I point them out to you. I will see you on Wednesday afternoon. And yeah, and actually it's a good time because it's on sale right now. We've got our Veterans Day sale, which is, you'll save some money if you decide that you want it. But regardless, I think that you'll really love it. And since the holiday's coming up, I was thinking of you. All right, that's it. I appreciate your time. You have a great day, Miss Jones. Bye. Now, that was horrible too. I know. I didn't write it down. It was off the top of my head, so I apologize. I'm sure that yours your delivery would be so much smoother. And if I wrote it down and really worked on it, it would have been better too. But I'm hoping that you heard the highlights, right? It's specific. I'm mentioning the thing that they bought, right? I'm talking about information that I'm replaying for them, information that they gave me about their situation when they were in the store, right? The fact that they had just moved in and they didn't have any bedroom furniture and they were sleeping on the floor, right? I'm asking them questions about the room itself that the bed is in. Why? Because I want to put them mentally in their home, and I want to ask them style and design questions, decor questions, because I want them thinking in that vein, right? I want them thinking about the look and feel in their home, right? And the impression. And I'm asking for pictures because I want them to be proud of their purchase. I'm confirming for them that yes, this was like a great decision. I don't want them to have buyer's remorse, okay? And that I'm as excited about their home as they are. Then I bring up a specific item that I'm recommending to them. Why? Not because I'm like locked into them buying that specific item, but it's the reason why I'm calling. I'm not calling just to, chew the fat. I'm calling because I'm making a recommendation to them. I am being a trusted advisor, right? Something happened, something changed in my store that I felt would interest them, and I'm trying to give them that information. And hey, you can take advantage of this because it's going to accomplish your goal of impressing your guests, which I know that that's what Miss Jones was, really interested in, was making sure that her guests thought that, she had like impeccable style, right? So I'm making a specific recommendation. Then I'm trying to make an appointment with them. Again, not necessarily for them to buy that thing, but I'm reassuring them that, hey, I just want to make an appointment with you so that I make myself available to you to show you this new thing, to answer your questions, to just, be available to help you out and to, guide you through this process. That's all, right? And so we make the appointment. Again, they could, not show up, right? They can still stand me up, but that lets them know that my time is just as valuable as theirs and that I take it seriously, right? That I want to meet with them, and I'm going to be writing it down and setting a date and time, right? And I probably will send them something just to follow up and, confirm the appointment, right? And then after the appointment is set, I am letting them know that, hey, we're having a sale. It's almost offhand, right? Yeah, we're having a sale, and you might be able to save some money on it or whatever, but that isn't the primary reason why I'm calling in their mind, right? I just mentioned it. And that means in their mind that, okay, you know what? Let's go and check it out. Even if we don't like that, maybe we'll like something different. And since it's on sale, maybe we'll save some money, right? So that's clienteling in the initial call, right? It's, hey, I'm going to connect with you. I'm going to make a specific recommendation based on your specific situation and needs and wants, right? Oh, did you catch that I said that, I only have a minute? That's important too, because you want them to know that this call, you're not going to be on this call forever, right? This is not a long, conversation call, that they can have a long conversation with you when they come in. This call is just to, hey, quick hit. I saw this. I was thinking of you. Boom. All right. Now, clienteling. I know someone out there is saying, I hate phone calls. I don't want to call my clients, my customers. I would much rather text them or email them. Okay. So here's the way that I think about call versus text versus when I call someone, I have to have a purpose, right? This has to be urgent. It's got to be almost an emergency, because most people nowadays, they don't talk on the phone. They'll FaceTime. If they're like my wife, FaceTimes everyone. But for the most part, people don't talk on the phone, okay, unless it's an emergency. So if I'm calling them, I'm saying, hey, I don't have a lot of time. Just real quick, you know, this new thing has happened, and I thought there was enough importance and urgency on it that I wanted to give you a call and let you know. Okay. So that's when a phone call is really effective. Text. To me, texting is when, hey, it's not something that is an emergency, but it's something that I want to put on your radar. Okay. So I might, if I was texting, if I was, instead of calling them, if my initial clienteling outreach was going to be through text, I probably would text, hey, we have a new dining room set that would go great with your Mayfair bedroom set that you just got on Tuesday. The coloring matches and the style matches, and it's going to look great in your house. Attached a picture of it so that you can see it. I'm in on all this week except for Thursday. If you want to come in, let me know and I'll make an appointment with you. Boom, right? Not a long text, something short, with, pictures or links or whatever. Because with a text, the beauty of the text is that if the customer's in a meeting or something like that, what do they usually do, right? They just, look at the screen real quick. They see the preview of it, and then they can make a decision like, okay, this is something I need to handle now, or nope, I can handle it later. Boom. But because the text is, again, specific to them, it's not spam. Okay. It's not spammy. It's not just an empty commercial. Okay. And so they will most likely, even if they don't act on the text right away, they will not delete it. They're not going to block you as spam, right? Then the third way is email. My attitude about email has changed over the years. I used to be a big fan of sending this type of clienteling outreach through email, but I no longer am. Email has become something that basically you do at work. You communicate at work through email. Otherwise, you don't really look at your personal email, right? Like, unless they're sending you a code, a one-time code, so that you can log into your app or website or whatever, or or it's some order confirmation or something like that. Otherwise, you really don't check your email like that, right? So customers don't either, and so I would not attempt clienteling emails because they most likely will be ignored, and you don't want your clienteling outreach to be ignored. You want them to know that it's not like the most critical thing in the world, but that hey, there could be advantages and benefits to them if they act on your outreach. And that's really the the important thing. And unless you're selling life-saving equipment, if you're selling PPE or ventilators or something, and people will die if they don't buy it, then what you're selling really isn't, the most urgent thing in this person's life. And if you don't take yourself too seriously, if you put yourself in the right context for your customer, then they will respect and appreciate that. And it just makes the relationship better. It just makes it stronger. So that is my biggest tip for clienteling. Do it often. So that means that you'll need to find ways to get your customers information so that you can reach out to them. Yes, giving your business card out is fun and it's cool, but one of the things that I learned in business long ago is that you give out your business card in order to get theirs. And that's really the magic, because once you have theirs, you can clientele. You can reach out to them. You can follow up with them. You're in control of the relationship, or at least you're able to take the initiative in the relationship. Let me put it like that. Them having your business card, you're saying, oh, hey, call me. People don't call you. If you're a realtor, then like, isn't it the most frustrating thing in the world that like hand out your business card to all these people, and and then you find out that like, okay, they're now selling their house and they did not use you, and you're like, I just handed you my business card. Why did you call this other person? Oh, I don't know. I saw their ad on, on Facebook or something. Like really? Seriously? I go to your church. I babysit your children. I don't know. I know realtors have horror stories. I will tell you that I was guilty of that myself. My sister, my big sister, whom I love to death, and I will do anything for. She was so angry with me, and I can't tell you why it happened this way, but I was buying a house, and I did not I did not name my sister as my realtor. It was a new development, new construction, and I just said no, I don't have a realtor. It I don't understand why I didn't write her name on the form. I was not thinking about her at the moment that I did it. And what's crazy is that we had just spoken like, a week prior, and she told me then, make sure you put my name on the form. And I said, yes, I will. And then the time came and I didn't. And when I tell you, my sister was so pissed at me, and I had no excuse. No, nope, none whatsoever. I had to take the L just and just try to, wait out her wrath. Eventually her love for me did, enable her to forgive me. But yeah, it's real. Customers are fickle, and they will not remember you no matter how often you give them your name and all that stuff. And so yes, you need to be, again, I'm about to say be in control, but you need to take initiative and own the initiative and do the thing that will initiate the contact. All right, don't wait passively for them to contact you. You've seen it in your store, I'm sure. If there's more than one of you salespeople in your store, that like you could have the greatest relationship with a customer. They walk into the store and not ask for you and work with someone else, and you walk by and you see them, like signing the contract or swiping their card or whatever, and you're like, hey, what the heck? Oh, I didn't know you were here. Hey, how you doing? "Oh, why didn't you ask for me? I was here. Why didn't you ask for me? Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I'm so sorry. Hi. Yes, I had a great time. And, oh man, I really should have thought about asking for you. I'm so sorry. Can I still switch my commission over to you or something?" And meanwhile, the other salesperson, your teammate, is just glaring at you. Like, look, this is no longer your customer. This is now your wustomer. That's what we call them in my store. Wustomers. They was your customer. Anyway. All right. So, clienteling. Do it. Do it. Do it. You are going to have to do it because the economy is changing, and, you're going to have to generate your own traffic. And so the more ways that you can do that, the better. Clienteling is the key. So be creative, with the reasons why you're calling. that you give them. Be flexible with that, but be specific, be personal, and try to set an appointment. And that'll go a long way to ensuring your commissions, if they don't increase this year, at least they don't drop this year. Okay? All right. I don't have any words of wisdom for you except clienteling. There are books listed in the show notes, the same books that I normally recommend. The money book, you want to get that. You want to get my words of wisdom book, and I think How to Win Friends and Influence People. I think it's time to put that link back in the show notes. If you're going to be doing a lot of clienteling, then Dale Carnegie is going to be a very useful tool for you. All right, that's it. Otherwise, I hope you have a great week.
If you want a thing bad enough to go out and fight for it, to work day and night for it, to give up your time and your peace and your sleep for it, if all that you dream and scheme is about it, and life seems useless and worthless without it, if you'll gladly sweat for it and fret for it and plan for it and lose all your terror of the opposition for it, and if you simply go after that thing that you want with all of your capacity, strength and sagacity, faith, hope, confidence, and stern pertinacity, if neither cold poverty, nor famine, nor gout, nor sickness, nor pain, nor body, nor brain can keep you away from that thing that you want, if dogged and grim you besiege and beset it, with the help of God, you'll get it.